Right, it's live. Welcome to Ready Black Podcast, y'all. We're going to start in just a second.
Yeah, I got it.
All
Yep,
right,
I
y'all.
did.
Welcome to Ready Black Podcast. Ready Black Podcast
Hey,
is all the
guys.
way live now,
How
y'all.
y'all doing?
What's up, y'all?
Happy Monday.
What's up, little Pappy?
All right. So welcome everybody. Welcome to Rated Black Podcast. We are in for a treat. And when I say
Yes,
y'all,
we
we
are.
are in for a treat, we really are. Y'all, we got a special guest with us
Yes,
today.
we do.
First, let me just ask Denora, how you doing today? How you
I'm doing pretty good. Today was a good day. I got my sangria swirl.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's what we drinking on.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Sangria was my grandma's
Delicious.
favorite wine, so I
Okay,
got some
okay.
of that today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Toya, how was your weekend?
Hey, it was productive.
Okay.
It was productive, so I can't complain.
All right. Y'all had a great weekend. What did I do this weekend?
Did you go to the casino?
No, I didn't go to the casino. I'm going this week though. I know
Hey,
y'all know that. But let me tell y'all, yesterday I went, one of my friends, it's her birthday tomorrow. Shouts out to my girl Dinah Marie.
Hey,
Her
Dinah.
birthday is tomorrow, but
Happy birthday!
yeah, we celebrated her like pre-birthday turn up on the lawn in Glen Heights. So we
Okay.
went to the city of Glen Heights. They had a lawn celebration. They had music. They had some bands there performing, and it was an awesome experience.
Okay.
All right then.
So you was in my neck of the woods and didn't call me?
I could have called you, but it was like really last minute. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out. It was really nice, y'all. It
It's
was
okay
nice.
because I really wasn't feeling too good. These sinuses and infection.
Yeah.
And anyway, if I sound a little nasally,
I was gonna say that.
shut up.
I was gonna say,
That's why.
Right.
That's
I
why.
think the air. I woke up this morning a little congested. But
Yeah.
I'm good now.
We good.
I think this drink got something to do with it.
Hey.
All right.
Bottoms up, y'all.
And we want to welcome our special guest today, Jessica Flanagan. Hey, Jessica.
Hey,
Welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you. You are our very first guest right here on Radio
Yeah.
Podcast. Shout out to you. I'm
Okay.
about to buy you something, girl.
Yeah. We're excited.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce her, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of her background, okay?
Okay, then. Go ahead,
Jessica
Mom.
is my girl, y'all. We met in college, right? In Texas A&M Commerce. Shouts out to all my commerce people out there that's watching
All right.
today. So let me tell y'all a little story. So in college, let me back up. In high school, I was a really good volleyball player, right? But my senior year, I broke my Achilles, so I actually was offered a scholarship for basketball, and it was way in New York. They were gonna redshirt me.
What? I didn't know you could play.
Yeah, they were gonna redshirt
That's
me.
why she's so
And
competitive.
so my dad was like, "You need to go and play," but I was like on the fence, so I didn't want to go and be redshirted because I just didn't want to go. And some bitch was gonna kill me to just sit there and can't play. So I ended up going to Texas A&M Commerce years later, transferred to Texas A&M Commerce where I met Jessica.
All right, now.
I think we had a psychology class together, and then we had a volleyball class because I was like, I was thinking about walking on the volleyball team. Like,
Yeah.
these girls can't hold me. Long story, I didn't do it, y'all. Me and her, we ended up playing in the volleyball class, and we've been cool ever since. Years that passed.
Awesome.
Kept in contact with her. Facebook does want to help you keep up with all your
It does.
old
It
colleagues
does.
and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So a little bit about Jessica. She is a graduate of Texas A&M University Commerce.
Okay.
She got her first degree in 2009 in education.
Okay.
Then she got another degree in early childhood. That was in 2011. And then she got a third degree. Come on, degrees.
Okay,
Clock
then.
it.
Clock it.
All right,
She
now.
got her last degree in social work, okay? And I believe that was in 2013, right before she had her son, RJ. She is the mother of a handsome young man named RJ that she loves very deeply. She works at Resilient Roots Counseling in Garland, Texas.
All right.
She loves spending time with family, friends, and she loves karaoke. So we might let her sing a little song in the beginning. Y'all. But without further ado, I want to introduce you all the Miss One and Only Jessica Flanagan.
Oh, right now. Hey,
Yes,
Jessica. Welcome, Jessica.
Come
to the
on.
show. Welcome. And so, okay, that takes us right into our topic for today, which is why do Black people avoid therapy?
Woo!
Why do we do that?
I don't know,
Man,
Okay, I'll tell y'all why I do.
You know what? You know what? I think a lot of it. Prior to us going live, I had a little bit of a conversation with Jessica, and one of the things that I said is a lot of times we are always with Black people. I'm gonna talk about us.
Yeah.
Is that when we grow up, you know, whatever happens in this house stays in this house.
Yeah.
You know, we've always been taught that. We also have been taught to talk to Jesus. Right? We either got to talk to Jesus, don't tell nobody. So when you grow up with that stigma of I can't really talk to the people, I can't share out what's going on in this household, what do you do with that?
Yeah.
You know, and so we grow up with that, and then when you have kids, you're doing the exact same thing. You're telling people to keep everything in the house. Everybody don't need to know your business.
Yeah.
And
especially
so,
your grandma. Don't tell grandma.
Man, don't your grandma. Like don't play, don't do it. And so, you know, let's get past that. And I feel like this show today is definitely going to open up some doors, and we hope that you guys get something out of it. Because have you heard any of the why do y'all think we avoid therapy?
Yeah. Put it in the comments. Put it in the
comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments. We got about 14 people on. Hey, Judith, thank you for saying hello. Hi, Judith.
I avoid therapy. I say avoid it. Let me take that back because I have, been to therapy now. I'm not currently in therapy anymore, but I did, try me some therapy and some counseling. But I avoided it because I felt like the therapist wasn't paying attention to me. Like I felt like I was going for a reason. So they said, "Oh, you just need to switch." When you tell people, you just need to find you somebody that you feel comfortable with. Yeah. And so I tried. I did a search. I looked high and I looked low, and I ain't found one yet. So that's part of the reason why I avoided therapy because I just felt like they weren't getting me. They weren't paying attention to what I was saying. I think I didn't want her to read my mind, the first lady, but there was some stuff that was repetitive. Like if I'm seeing you twice a week and then we talk about the same thing both days, but I told you all that, you asked me the same, you keep having me relive the same trauma. I was ready to tear her place up. And so,
ask for your money.
That's part of the reason.
What you saying?
Oh, well, I'm just letting y'all know, I've never been to therapy. I have thought about going to therapy. I actually reached out to Jessica. Yeah. Before we even talked about putting this on the show, I reached out to her about maybe a month ago. And I was like, hey, because I saw she had started doing therapy and she had, some classes and stuff. And I started talking to her like, hey, my first question was like, do y'all take my insurance? My insurance gonna pay for it. I'm like, and she was like, she's private. But she did refer me to a couple of other people that would, take my insurance. So I just feel like, I think therapy would be good for me and my family. Yeah. A lot of stuff. Not saying that we got like a lot of issues. I mean, we're the average family. Things happen, but we do have a daughter that's living away in a different state. So that's something that I could talk to a therapist about. We're dealing with that because that can be stressful. You have this child's been with you your whole life. And a lot of y'all don't know, but I actually had her. She was my college baby. Like when I was at Commerce, she was at home with my mom. My mom was taking care of her. So it's like a separation anxiety I have with her. I feel it's coming back up. She's leaving soon. So I feel like I needed to talk to someone about that. Yeah. Me being just trying to juggle things with my kids, everyday tasks, being a mother. I feel like that a therapist could kind of help me cope with some of the things that I deal with in my everyday life. So
wow, that's amazing that you said that, some of the things that you deal with in everyday life, because some people probably be glad when their kids gone. And you like, oh, I want my baby. I need my baby. And then some people be like, I can't wait till this little ball hit. And so that's very interesting that the different reasons that people do need to talk. Yeah, absolutely. And so that's amazing. Yeah, that you shared that. That's awesome.
So Jessica, since you're the expert on sitting here with us, so we appreciate you being here with us. Why do you think Black people avoid therapy?
There is quite a few reasons, and I think you guys really hit the nails on the head. Some of the most common reasons. Listening to you and thinking that, and hearing that, silence and all of those things is because a lot of that keeps us out of therapy because people have been taught, well, we're going to push through, we're going to pray through, we're going to handle this in-house. And so people are walking around, they're hurting, and they're not able to share that and don't feel like they have permission to go out and share that. But this podcast today is letting you guys know that you have permission to
I love
share
that.
I like what you said.
I like what you said about that. Like most people say, I can pray it through.
Yeah.
But I feel like they both can coexist. Like you can pray. Of course, God is the ultimate therapist. He is.
Yes, he is.
But I feel like they can work together. I feel like, okay, yeah, I can pray about my situation, or I can pray about what I need, but then I still need that expert to kind of just make sure that I'm hitting it, like you said, hitting the nails on the wood. Like, am I missing this? Am I not get to this point? Like, I feel like they can work together.
They can work together, but here's the deal. Even when we're talking about praying through something, right? Everybody may not know how to do that. You always tell people how, hey, I
There's an
gotta
old
pray.
song that say, teach me how to pray.
You got to, because a lot of times when people are dealing with, when you say, hey, pray about it, okay, I can pray, but sometimes when people really don't have that relationship with God to understand that you're not going to hear him in an audible voice. He talks to you through his word. But if people are not telling you that, or through people, or your circumstances. But again, if you don't know that, then how is praying really helping me?
I like what
when I don't know what to
she
do.
said about permission. Like you have
that's
permission
good. Yeah,
because that opens up. You have permission to tell your own story.
Absolutely.
You have permission to be free and to be open about the things that you've experienced, about life, about your family and all of those things. You have permission.
You do.
And so a lot of people don't feel like they have permission. That's amazing that you said that. I like that.
Yeah. So one of the other things we want to get into is our first point is the misunderstandings around therapy. And I have a question for you, Jessica. So what are some common misconceptions Black people have about therapy? Like what therapy is? What is the misconceptions that a lot of people?
One of the most common misconceptions that I hear a lot is a lot of people think that therapy is for the most severe mental health issues. And that is not the case. The true case is that we should be coming to therapy before things get to the point.
I like that.
And so a lot of people do that. Also, another misconception is that a lot of people think that this therapist is going to judge me. I came in my shirt today. We listen and we don't.
I love it.
I'm a therapist who have gone through therapy, and I believe in therapy. And when I'm sitting there and I'm working with people in the therapy room, I am not thinking about judging you. I'm thinking, how can I help you? And I'm understanding what it feels like to have been them at every point. And so I'm there to help.
I love it. I love
that. I just want to interject. I want to thank everybody for just being on today.
Yeah.
Y'all go follow us. Go hit the subscribe. Also, if you got any questions, if you feel like you need to maybe text one of us one of the questions, if you want to be anonymous, that's fine. Y'all, we're here for y'all.
Don't text my phone. I'm gonna say your name.
No, you're not. And y'all speak to, we got 15 people on this live. Say, hey, y'all, we want to know who we talking to right now.
Check in. We want to see who on here. This is a good topic today.
Yeah. And so my other question is, why do some people believe therapy is only for crazy people? And how do you address that?
It's the stigma. It's the stigma around therapy. A lot of people think that, but you address that we talk about it. I'm so glad that you guys had this podcast today because a lot of people don't realize that more people are involved. Normal people who just need to work through some things are getting therapy. And if we normalize therapy and we normalize that the average person is getting therapy and benefiting from therapy, we get that out there.
I'm in therapy. I'm telling you
that's
now.
Good, Toya.
I am.
That's good.
But it took me a long time to get there because I only started possibly about a year ago. I started about a year ago because I was battling it was a whole lot of losses that was happening in my life. Between my mom passing away, my grandmother passed away, my mother-in-law passed away, and then my marriage was like 20 years in, 27-year relationship, just gone.
Wow.
And so with all of that and not realizing that was a part of grief too, that I was I was dealing with it, but I wasn't dealing with it. And so I had to, my matter of fact, my sister was like, you might need to talk to somebody.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, I've been talking to Jesus.
yeah,
I was talking to Jesus.
That's what we do.
And that's what I was doing. But what I have come to realize, I did find a therapist. She's amazing, but she's definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things that I wasn't realized that was happening. And so I suggest to anybody, if you're able to, because that's one of the things I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want, I didn't want nobody to pacify me either. A lot of times when you go in and people just want to take your money. So now, we feeling a certain way. And I think that goes to our next point about vulnerability, right? So why being vulnerable feels scary? Because that was the scary situation for me, being vulnerable, like really sharing some things, because honestly, therapy is a truth part, right? And it's easy to go in there and lie.
Yes, it is.
It is easy to go in there and not tell you all truth, because now I'm trying I'm giving you a little. I'm giving you a little, a little at a time, but to really let down those walls and really get the work done.
To figure out where the root of the issue is. Where is this coming from?
But that's scary. That's scary when you really have to really come face to face with your ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to get somebody to be able to talk you through it and giving you the tools that you need in order to, and it's not an overnight fix either. So what do you do with people that have an issue with being vulnerable?
That fear.
Because that is a hard wall to come down.
So first, let me talk about that vulnerability. A lot of times, a lot of people are afraid of vulnerability. When it comes to African American people and vulnerability, we look at Black men are expected to be strong.
Yeah,
they are expected not to show emotion. Black women are the pillars of the family, and they're expected to hold things together. And people aren't having that space where vulnerability is easy. There's different hurts, different things that has happened that has broken trust for people and made it hard to be vulnerable, whether it's stuff in the community, church, wherever it is. That closes people. People carry that hurt with them, and it makes it hard for them to be vulnerable again.
Yeah.
When you're stepping into therapy, those first few sessions, we are building trust. We're building rapport, and we're letting you know that you're in a safe place. We hear you, we validate you, and we understand what you're going through. And so that's how we kind of open up people.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
Did you hear what she said? So clearly, when you went to therapy, maybe that's what she was doing.
Trust.
She was trying to build trust.
I trusted her. That's the problem. I think she took me too fast. Maybe, like I said, I'm giving you an example. Okay, so like I would tell her something, I'm telling her all my business, all my trauma, everything, and she's asking me questions. She also told me what kind of person, I'm telling real life situations. And she telling me what kind of people those people were to do that to me. But I'm telling her that these people are people that I love, that I still love.
Okay.
And so it was hard to hear all of that. And then to hear it over again. So I come back the next time and we still talking about that.
Because she needs you to get through it though.
But I don't think
you process it like that.
Yeah,
you taking me too fast.
It was too fast for me. Yeah.
Like that was too much.
I think for me, it was bringing on something extra, and then so that was something else to deal with.
Yeah.
While I'm already trying to
process
this part. Let me deal with this part. Especially, it was too much for me.
Maybe he need another therapist.
That's exactly what I was.
I'm a little cuckoo. This our next point is how generational. We're talking about this. How generational trauma shows up. Because it shows up different for everybody.
It does.
You can lash out, you can act out, you can. Generational trauma shows up. The trauma shows up once you're hurt. Once that child starts acting differently, somebody touched it, and so like generational trauma is that repeat behavior that just keep on showing up, and it started when it's kind of like a person that has DID, like multiple personality syndrome, and so like they turn into these different people at different points in times,
something triggers them.
Something trigger you. Yeah.
This one goes to this. So this question goes with what you just said. So can you give examples of how unhealed generational trauma might show up in our daily lives, relationships, or parenting.
Absolutely.
Get your ass in there. Oh, no.
I'm like, because real talk.
Yes.
That's
me.
That's a
I'm
lot.
sorry.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's a lot of pieces. So I think a lot of times when people start thinking about therapy, like you said, they always wait till it gets to that rough part, but it hits in every part of our lives. And so can you speak on like examples that you've seen about how when we're not healed from whatever has happened to when we whatever age we were, and how it spills over to what we got going on in our lives?
Okay. Got back up just a little bit on generational trauma, because generational trauma actually goes back to, for Black people, slavery, oppression, racism, violence, all the things that we deal with, the systematic issues.
Wow.
And so with that, people are dealing with so much when it comes to that. It comes out as people who can't regulate their emotions, poor parenting, people who parent a certain way but don't know that that's an unhealthy parenting. It comes across as unhealthy beliefs in the way that we handle things. And there's so many different ways that it comes across, that generational trauma. And those are some of the specific things.
Yeah, let me interject through her. I know she's talking about like the way you parent and poor parenting. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a poor parent, but I have made some, some unhealthy choices. I'm just gonna give y'all an example. Growing up, and I'm gonna let y'all know, I am not a morning person. I've never been a morning person. I was the type of kid, I'm sorry, mama, I gotta apologize. I was the type of kid, she would say, get up, get ready for school. She would be so nice, she's gonna have my breakfast ready, get ready to comb my hair. But I would give her all these excuses when I was a baby, like a kid say, oh, I can't see, oh, I can't walk. Like I had a crazy excuse every morning. And so, she got into that behavior of telling me, into where she would yell at me to get ready. And it's a saying, don't yell at kids in the morning because it affects their day. It makes them have a bad day. And as a kid, when I think about, I used to go and have bad days because I had got fussed at, which was partly my fault because I was being a little brat, but I got fussed at before school. So I would go to school and my whole day would be messed up. And so as an adult, I do recall, me doing that to my children. I would yell at them before school because I'm frustrated about life. And it's not that I'm upset with them, but I'm thinking about all this. I got these bills, stuff. And get ready for school. Like, come on, and I'm thinking, okay, me yelling at them is going to make them have a bad day. But now that I think about it, I'm like, okay, that's the same stuff that I went through. Now I'm doing it with my kids. And so now I try. Look, I'm saying that. Don't say the word try, but I'm working. I'm a work in progress on, trying not to yell at my kids in the morning, trying to just say, okay, let's talk this out, because they might not be morning people like I was, I was not a morning person. I'm still not a morning person.
But that's a real thing because, I'm a teacher and I see it a lot. I see when students come in and you already kind of know exactly the tone of the day that it's going to be. And then it makes it even hard for the teacher to have to deal with the kid that got the attitude. And then because now I got an attitude because you got an attitude. You know what I mean? So and I think that's why it's important that clothes are laid out the day before. Certain things like the preparation of it all and that you go to bed in a timely manner and that you make sure that you wake up in a timely manner to give you enough time. And you know what, I used to feel like I wasn't a morning person as well, but I had to come back and fix that. I feel like you can be. I think that's just a choice, a lot of time, because now you have to shift the mindset of, you know what, I'm just grateful to be breathing above. I'm breathing. God woke me up this morning. And it's hard for a
kid to have that mindset. Because they,
but I'm talking about with parents, because if you do it as a parent and you that spills over to your kids. It spilled over to me. But if you constantly are feeding to your kids that I'm not a morning person, then they gonna make that the same excuse that they're not a morning person. If you say I'm not good at math, I wasn't good at math, your kid gonna adopt that same process. So we have to watch our words. Is what I'm saying. We definitely got to do better with watching our words and what it is that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So. But you have anything you want to add to that?
No.
I love that though.
She wasn't finished. She was just telling us
yeah,
about
that's
the
what we had arguing with the parent on the
Read some of these comments.
I'm not. I'm not.
They have
I'm
no
not,
socks, one shoe, and two brush outside.
I said I'm not gonna read it.
Oh, I had to say it. I like what Robin said. Robin said proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's good.
Yes.
That does.
She said the power of life and death lies in the tongue.
It
You're
does.
Right. You're right.
It does.
Right.
Yes,
I believe in that.
Yes.
That's good. What else you got for us?
I
Jessica.
got a question for Jessica. So can you just walk us over the process of like don't go into detail about what y'all talk about, but a first time client walking in, what does the process look like?
Yeah,
So,
what am I going to expect?
in case people want to know.
I think you already kind of touched on it a little
You
bit
said the
when you
first
said
couple of weeks.
you get to
know.
building the trust and all of that stuff. But what makes a person? Do I need to drink before I come to therapy? Do I need to smoke my blunt? Do I need to be completely relaxed when I go to therapy?
Yeah,
What do I need to prepare for therapy?
A lot of people are actually nervous their first session because they're not sure what to expect. All the things.
Is there a couch? Is there a couch to lay on?
Yeah.
Lay down.
We have couches, we got the lamps, we got the fidgets, we got the blankets, we got all the things.
Yeah.
So when you come into therapy, you don't have to be relaxed. And it's up to the therapist to kind of build that rapport and build that relationship and get to know you through your questions, help you feel safe in that environment. Because a lot of the thing is, and when we were talking about vulnerability, in order to grow and heal, we have to get to that point where we're vulnerable, which means that I have to teach the person or I have to work with the person to make sure that they know that they can be vulnerable and safe in an environment, which is something that we don't always get in the Black community.
Absolutely. I got one other question before we move on. Why is therapy important in breaking cycles of generational trauma within our families?
It's important because without therapy, we don't know. So when we go to therapy, we learn more about ourselves. We learn why we are the way we are. And we get the opportunity to know that, was that right or was that wrong? Now I get to make an informed decision. And when I'm passing things on through generations, through my actions, I get to pass on healing and not that pain and things that we have carried over since 16, 18.
Yeah.
Like what you said about, action or whatever. When you're on the set of the movie, whatever, so they say lights, camera, action. You have to put some action behind the work.
Yeah.
The part of doing the work is action. All of it is. You just can't be saying stuff.
Yeah.
Now there do come some times where you have to be still and you have to wait on the Lord.
You do.
I laid on my couch watching Netflix for 2 weeks.
And that's okay.
But you I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I wanted to hit on what you just said. When you come to therapy, you do have to work. And that brings me to one of the common misconceptions. A lot of people think that if you go to therapy, you're a weak person. You're not weak. People come into therapy and they work. They do a lot of emotional lifting and heavy lifting. And they're growing. And that's not weakness. That is dedication and dedication to growth.
It is.
I like that.
Yes, I like that. This is good. This is good. Our last one.
Cultural distrust.
Yeah.
So there is what does cultural distrust mean? Because to me, I was gonna say, and I don't want to sound retarded, but that's
probably gonna have an expert.
But cultural no, I'm saying I don't know what it is.
Then we're gonna have to.
I was gonna say my feeling of culture, like different people, how you was brought up, how you was raised, versus like generational
culture.
With the Black culture.
That wasn't what I was thinking. I was thinking that cultural distrust meant that I don't trust a Black therapist.
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, opposite.
Yeah.
Opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of cultural distrust comes like over, healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the situations with the Tuskegee syphilis trap?
Yeah.
People that made Black people not trusting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of over-identification, a lot of over-medication, a lot of in school. Over-identification.
ADHD, everybody got to get on a pill.
Yeah.
Yes. And so there's a lot of those type of things that create that distrust.
Yeah.
And also lack of African-American therapists. There's not a lot, but and cultural, cultural composite therapy.
Yeah.
We're here, we're out there. And
Yeah.
so when you are searching for that therapist, like you hit on earlier, you didn't feel like you were as comfortable with your therapist. It's like dating, you know, you go out and you see this
I gotta be a therapy hoe.
Yeah.
Oh
He's a therapy man. He's a therapy with
I'm gonna have to lay on different couches. I might get up
until it feels good, baby. Until it feels good.
Oh my goodness.
And really, that is one of the most predictors of how therapy is going to turn out for a person, is that relationship that you have with your therapist. And so being able to try out different therapists and make sure that you have somebody that you can connect with is important. And so with that cultural distrust, it's learning that therapy is not a threat. It's not a threat.
Right.
And that is probably one of the most, if not the one and only place where your vulnerability is safe. And that is a safe for your trust. And that is a place for you to go to grow and heal.
Awesome.
How can you make people feel safe? You know, like when we're dealing with cultural distrust and we already reluctant because of the things that we were always taught, and with our own, you know, issues that we got, that, you know, you might not feel so comfortable in trying to tell somebody my dirt. You know, I'm gonna tell you some stuff, but it's some stuff that I don't know if I want to talk to you about.
That
You know, so how can therapy, or you as a therapist, make those people, make us feel safe to be able to talk and discuss those things with you?
That safety comes from being able to validate and understand those feelings as people share small things, and being able to feel like they're heard, they're not judged, and they're understood. That opens the window to being able to trust more and more. Kind of like when we first meet somebody for the first time. We don't go deep with the person, but over time we start to be a little bit more vulnerable. And that's kind of like how therapy works. And in the grand scheme of things, what you guys have done here, this podcast is great because it's getting the conversation started. People who go to therapy can talk about therapy. People can normalize therapy, as we talked about before.
I'm glad you just said that, because we're going to recap a little bit. In the beginning, you know, you said that therapy is not for people who are sick. It's not for people who are crazy. It's not for people who is messed up or something wrong with them. You know, you got a pre-therapy, you know, just like you stretch before you do your workout. And then you stretch before you play the game. You got to do some stuff. You got to get ready for what, you know, for life. You know, that's one thing that's very, very important for everybody. You know, sometimes there was I can't say, ooh, me and my sister, we like this or whatever. But one thing that she is great at is parenting. She's a great parent. When things have happened to her children, she took them to therapy. I'm like, girl, we went with them. You know, what a wonderful parent. What a wonderful parent.
I put my son in therapy. I felt like he's introverted, and I, you know, with you know, the issues with him and his dad, and the relationship is not, you know, where it should be, and when I divorced, he was 11. So now he's 16. Now it's the coming back into, you know, the life, and him not knowing what to do with these feelings. So I, as his mom, because I see it and he does not talk, but when he does, you know, you want to listen. But I found a therapist for him, and he was a Black male. He dealt with young men, and I was glad I did it, because he was able to share the feelings that he was feeling. I mean, I was not, of course, privy to it, because I wasn't sitting. It was between them. His therapist said he can always share with me whatever happens in therapy, and he did share some things. But, you know, my main thing was, is he talking? I just want to make sure, I don't care what y'all talking about, but is he talking? Is he having a conversation with you? Because I need to know if it's benefiting him. And I do feel like it did, because he was able to express how he was feeling, as well as the therapist was able to give him a good perspective on sometimes it may not work out the way that you want it, but being respectful as a kid to an adult and how to navigate through that, I feel like that was good. So I love the fact that when you have parents that seek therapy for their kids, that you don't have to wait until they're grown in order to do it. You know, that is it's a growth moment, because again, I can't tell you when I was younger who I knew was in therapy.
Yeah.
I don't know about a therapist when I don't know anybody that went through therapy when I was in school, and if they did, it was hush hush.
Yeah, one time I got called into therapy one time in the 4th grade. My sister had called CPS, because my mama gave us a whooping, and the counselor, and my sister was like, "Show me where mama said." I said, "My mama didn't touch me. I ain't hit her. Y'all know I got a whooping when I got home. I said, she the one." Lord, Jesus. Okay, so Robin said, she said, "My daughter and I will start family therapy because we do not communicate well. Plus, she is high functioning autistic. She sees things differently anyway." Oh, right. That's good to get some
Jessica,
how you doing,
hey,
Robin?
hi everybody that's on. I see a lot of people saying hi, but Jessica, I do got a question for you. Can you because I know it's a lot of people on and they're probably want to ask this question, but what are some different things you can go to therapy for? Like list the different things you can go to therapy for, like grief, you know.
You told her to listen.
Yeah. I'm just giving
one of them.
So just give us a list so people will know what they can go for, good or bad.
Oh no! Before we can play our game.
We gonna is that on there?
This is the red flag, green flag reasons that you should go to therapy. So
I'm gonna start some stuff.
So all of them on there, but you can tell us at the end.
We finna play.
You can tell us at the end.
No, she gonna name them off, but we gonna say whether that's a good one or green. You should go to therapy.
So we gonna do something. I got my phone right here. Okay, so we're gonna play a quick game called red flag, green flag, right? So if you hear yourself in these, therapy might be something to consider. So, and it's okay. So we're breaking the stigma together. Okay, so first scenario is you always feel like you have to be the strong one for everyone else, even when you're falling apart inside. Do y'all feel like that's red flag or green flag?
I feel like that's a red flag. So thumbs down.
You don't feel like you need to go to therapy.
I feel like you trying to help everybody. We talked about this last week. Like you trying to help everybody, but you running on E. Like that's gonna eventually burn you out, and then you're gonna just crash out. Yeah. So I feel like that's red.
I feel like it's red as well.
Okay.
What you say? Green.
I thought green mean you want to go.
Red flag means you need therapy.
Oh no, that's a green flag because the therapy is good. Green flag.
No, it's red. That means you need to go.
And then it takes us back to that point of silence. And with Black people, the women trying to be, the all for everybody, the men being strong, it takes us back. That is a red flag. We can't do that. And it's silence. That's trauma.
Okay. And y'all put that in the comments. If y'all feel like it's a red or green, y'all put that in the comments.
Yeah, we're gonna let them answer too.
Okay. So here's the next one. You can easily talk about your feelings with people you trust. Do y'all feel like that's a green flag or do you feel like that's a red flag? We're gonna let them answer. I'm looking for some comments.
It's gonna take them a couple of seconds.
Okay,
so while they doing that though, Lisa asked the question, and it's for
that's
you.
My girl.
She said, "How do you go about finding a therapist that you think would be a good for you?"
So there are a lot of different things, platforms and websites out there. One of the places that I recommend people go is Psychology Today.
Okay.
You can look for therapists in your area. You can look for a therapist by race. You can look for therapists by their specialty, all the things. And so Psychology Today is a good place to go. If you would like to go to therapy and you don't have insurance or you think that it might not be affordable, there's also Open Path. Open Path is a place where they base it on your income, and so you can get a sliding scale fee.
Wow.
Okay. So what do you think that was? That you gonna agree with them that it's a green that's a green flag?
That is a green flag.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a green flag when you easily open up
Yeah.
and talk to others.
Yes. Okay, so here's number 3. You think being vulnerable is weak, so you keep everything bottled up. Is that a red flag or is that a green flag?
Ooh.
Y'all, and if y'all was paying attention to the podcast, you would already know the answer to that.
Open path. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna look at that open path. That's good.
Look at Simpson right there, the red. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what we
That's
see on
the
red.
YouTube.
Yeah.
We got people on YouTube,
Okay.
Facebook, and Twitch. Oh, we got our first Twitch.
Bottle things up. Look at Candace up there. Say red. Okay, the red.
Red.
I agree. I say red.
Red thumbs
What y'all
down.
say?
For sure.
For sure.
It's a red flag for sure.
Yes.
I want to thank y'all so much for playing that game with us. We had so much fun.
We got one more. We got one more.
Oh, we got another
Yeah, we got one more.
Oh, okay, one more.
One more.
All right.
Okay, you believe going to therapy means you're crazy.
Oh, that's a red flag.
You know what?
We going.
I'm saying red, but I really thought that growing up.
You did, but you
I
know
thought-
now you need
yes,
therapy. That means you need therapy.
So your flag like this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all.
Can I
Thank
get
you.
something before we
Yes,
do that?
ma'am.
Yes, you can.
Sometimes it's not about the list of things. Sometimes we don't even recognize things that are bothering us or things that are bad for us or things that we have developed over time. We don't realize. And sometimes people don't have that list of things that I need to do this or I've done this to not go to therapy. Sometimes it's something we don't recognize.
And it's several of them. It can't just be just one. Sometimes you go there and you find out you got some
It's some
other
more
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, so that's
Mhm.
good.
And a lot of that, and I'm gonna say this too. I think a lot of times, and address this too, Jessica, that I really feel like a lot of times we really don't want to do the work within ourselves to find, because nobody wants to be labeled as I'm a bad person. Everybody, regardless of whatever your circumstance is, everybody want to appear to be good, right? But then when you really start doing that research and having to get down to the bottom of why you are doing the things that you're doing, how have you dealt with people that really don't want to see their true selves?
Looking in the mirror is hard for a lot of people. And
You're right about it.
it's not about good person, bad person. It's not about what's wrong with you. It's about what's happening to you.
Ooh, say that, run that back, girl.
That's a good quote.
That was
Say that one more time.
I'm gonna put it in an envelope and put it in there.
Definitely not about what's wrong with you. It's about what's happened to you.
Mhm.
And so looking back in our childhood, looking back and just realizing it may not even be childhood. It might be something that happened teen, adult years. Something happened that caused something for us to operate in a way that is not as functional and as healthy. And so it's not about what's wrong, good person, bad person. It's
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
Ooh, that was good.
Let me tell you
I like that
something.
quote.
Yeah,
Listen.
that was good.
Man.
If you send me a bill, because I know that they don't put you to work. Let me see what Candace said. It's not about what's wrong with you. It's about what's happening to you. What ain't her? So I'm going to share her information, Jessica Flanagan's information. Jessica, we want to thank you so
Oh my
much for coming on with us today.
Yeah.
We had such a wonderful time. It's not time to go yet, so you
Yeah.
better not get your tail
Yeah,
up,
just stay right there.
because
Let me
you
get
know
comfortable.
it is time
Yeah.
for Say What Now.
Say what?
Say What Now is where we take those funny, thought-provoking, encouraging, all of those different things that we see on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and all of those different things, and we read them aloud here on the show.
Yeah.
And so last week now, Mo was not good at that.
I was not
What,
good, but
Mo
I
left
got
us-
redemption.
Mo left us with crickets, and her redemption wasn't that great either. But today, it is a new one, and so I am going to start us off today because y'all know that
You should have
mine
had
are
Mo. You
always-
should have had Mo to start it off, because last
They-
week I started off. You should have Mo start off.
Okay, then go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
I got some good
Oh, and so sorry. You are free to chime in. All of these things, you are free to chime in on anything. Okay.
Okay, so this is my therapist mean.
Okay.
Okay. Therapist. This is what a therapist says. And what do we say when we're saying me? Add to cart.
Okay, that's better. That's better. That's okay.
Compliment.
That's better. That's better.
That was good.
Okay. I have a positive one, okay? Let me get my positive one.
Okay, then.
Y'all I got find it. Okay. No, that's not good. Let me start with this. You seriously have no idea what people are dealing with in their personal life. So just be nice. It's simple as that.
Yeah,
That's good.
you should always be practicing kindness.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart. The second one is like unto it, to love your neighbor. And just that you should be loving on people no matter what the circumstance. It was a man in the grocery store today, and that man was so funky. He smelled like he had pooped on himself. And so the cashiers was messing with him, like, get out of here. He was trying to pay for his stuff, but he didn't have no money. So I gave him the few dollars that he needed to, to pay for his stuff because, they was treating him pretty bad just because he was funky. But if I was somewhere and I was a little musty like I was 2 weeks ago, I would want somebody, to be nice to me. So, I always treat people with kindness, always. You should always want to.
Right.
It's your turn.
Oh, you want to go? Okay. I'll say one now. Y'all ready?
Oh, you wrote them down?
I have to write them down.
Okay.
I wrote several down.
Oh.
All right. But these are kind of positive until I get to the ratchet ones. Well, they're not really ratchet. But anyway, if you wait until you are 100% ready to try something new, you will likely be too late.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
right. That's
Right?
Uh-huh.
People can duplicate what you do, but they can't replicate who you are.
I like that.
Okay? Never accept anything less than what you deserve. Remember, you teach people how to treat you.
That's right. That's
Okay,
right.
hold on. Now this word is gonna turn.
Oh, you always going left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right. Be the shit without shitting on anyone.
Yeah.
I'm shitting on everybody.
You know, we can talk about that, but don't do that. And then, hold up. If school had sent me home with a baby daddy instead of a fake baby, I would have learned my lesson.
Oh, wow.
And my last one, I'm the friend you can counsel on. I wasn't going anyway.
That's it. Your friends is watching it. Your friends is watching and they know that you be doing it now. They know what you're doing. Okay. They left me in that storm like the sun wasn't going to shine again. Listen, when people leave you when you at your lowest point, just go on and let them stay there. Because when the sun starts shining again, you can catch all that glow by yourself and you won't be surrounded by no shade. Don't think they good? I like that. I finally hit my it ain't even worth my energy stage. I'm straight.
I'm straight.
Stop giving everything your energy.
You got to.
You gotta stop giving everything your energy.
Absolutely.
Go on about your day. When them people cuss you out, keep on walking.
And you tell them to have a great day.
Don't even say that.
You do.
Just keep on going.
No, you can't tell them have a great day.
Just keep on
going.
going.
When you kill them with kindness.
The kindness,
you know what I'm saying?
The kindness is walking off.
And me being a smart you have a great day. I'm gonna go and hit you with that.
I'm not giving nothing extra because I don't want them talking to me no more. It's over.
No comment. Y'all know what I'm gonna do. No comment. I'm working on myself.
Anybody want to meet up and scream for 20 minutes? We can go get food afterwards. Sometimes you just need to go outside, get you a plate,
go
and write all of the things that's bothering you on it, and take that plate outside and just chunk it in the middle of the street on the oncoming traffic and run real fast. No, I'm not. Don't do the last part. But
that's good because I went to a girl thing and we were talking about things we can do on our next girls thing, and we were thinking about just writing down all the things that we want to get rid of. And burning it. And
I think that. I think that's a good thing.
That's a really good thing.
The plate being broke. I think
I've seen that on Housewives.
It's a therapy.
This is a good one right here because I've been so stressed the last couple of weeks. I'll never pay my car note late again. Everything sounded like a tow truck. Baby, I'll be up at 3:00 in the morning. I know it. Get that deal, baby. Gotta get that paid. My toxic trait is I assume people have common sense, and I get mad when they don't.
Man, say. That's real. That's a real one. Oh my gosh.
That's a pet peeve.
Man, yeah.
Don't get shocked when life starts to get good. You deserve it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We all deserve it.
Listen, we talked about it last week when I said, like no matter where you are in life, no matter what you're doing in life, if you are in a place where you're not happy, you're not being a good person, because if you're a good person or not, only you know that.
Mhm.
And so you don't have to be the same person tomorrow. Go to sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow, and try it over again and be a better person. Stop sowing bad seeds and start sowing some good seeds. And eventually those seeds that's good that you sown, when life start getting good, you deserve it because you sowed the seed.
And sometimes you might, when you wake up and if you got time, go and lay back down. You kind of see how to, because I've done that before where I woke up and it wasn't right and I had to go lay back down for about another 30 minutes or something. And, just to, because you can tell. So sometimes you might have to just go and turn around and tell them you're going to be late or whatever.
That's
just go lay down and don't be bringing your bad energy to them.
That's right.
Yeah.
You deserve somebody who knows how hard it is to find somebody like you.
That part.
Mhm.
Clock that.
Yeah, I knew you was going to get it.
That. YOLO.
Can't stay too long.
That
Yeah.
part.
That's right. Oh, I had another one, but let me see. I'm
Oh, I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Never trust a woman with thick calf muscles. She got them from tiptoeing out of some other dude's house at 4 a.m.
Okay, I got one.
Ursula, let me find out that's you. That's my homegirl. She got some thick calf muscles.
I don't rub my past in my face because we've all done things we are not proud of.
Oh, absolutely.
So don't be going on Dallas County website looking up my name and seeing that I got 18 felonies.
Yeah.
That stuff, it's been dismissed. Don't be bringing up my past.
Don't bring up the
Don't
old
do
stuff.
that. Don't be typing in my birthday and stuff. Don't be doing that. Okay, this is my last one, and we're gonna close the show out, y'all. Oh no, we got a little more time. Okay, go ahead.
It's a
It better be good.
Okay.
Y'all better stop. Okay? Your life can't fall apart if you never had it together.
Wow.
That's true.
Wow, that's good.
That was good.
You know what?
You want one of the good ones. Because them ratchet ones, like, I do got a ratchet I want to share with y'all. I don't know if y'all can laugh though.
We gonna see. Come on, try us out.
Okay, my last one is.
No. Let her in. Let her go get us before you.
Okay.
Native bees die after mating.
Mm.
That's basically their life. Honey, nut, Cheerio.
Okay, this is my last one, and this one is the best one. I'm telling y'all, it's the best one. And it says, it's not about what's wrong with you. It's about what's happening to you. A good lady said that. Y'all, we want to thank you. We want to thank you so
Do you have anything you want
much.
to say in closing remarks?
Absolutely. Just real quick, anybody who's not sure about therapy, you're not sure if that's the right step for you, I encourage you to go out, give it a couple of sessions, see how you feel about it, because you deserve it.
That's right.
Put her flyer back.
And therapy is self-care. That's the way you care for yourself, and that's the way you push the generations ahead of you into healing.
Yeah. I
That's
love
right.
that. And everybody was commenting and said that they were very inspired. Now this one right there talking about he was inspired. You inspired to stop cheating.
Stop what?
That ain't gonna happen.
Bow legs. Had to say something.
Oh my goodness. We want to thank everybody so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Share this.
And share this live. Share this live right here so that somebody else can help. Somebody else could also tune in next week. We got some good topics for you next week as well. We want to thank our guest again, Miss Flanagan, for for coming
Thank you so much,
on and
Jessica.
talking with us and giving us a
Yes.
free therapy session on today. We
Did
didn't have to use no tissue. Thank you,
none.
Lord.
Good. Look at
But
that.
I did pee a little from laughing. So
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
change my
play with
They're
you.
gonna change my draw.
Yes. And don't forget tomorrow also is our Talk That Talk Tuesday. So we're going to read our letters tomorrow. So we normally try to pop in all through the week by dropping some tips.
That's right.
And so we were live on Mondays, but we try to be active. So we definitely would love for you to engage and give us your feedback because that's the only way we're going to grow and get better.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate the 15 people that we have that stayed on our live. 18 because well, we appreciate the people that have stayed on our lives, y'all. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our heart.
Hey, cousin.
Love y'all. Thank you, Richard. He's a great show.
I see all y'all.
Cause if you put one more of them crazy comments.
Great show. He's a
my
great
cousin.
show. Judith, Richard, Ursula, Lisa, Robin,
Yes. Kim,
Candace.
Megan. Oh, okay.
We love y'all.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see y'all next Monday.
Bye.